Hello, this is Mitch Tarr, President and founder of ZenMarketing.com. Today we have a real treat for you because we're going to show you a best practice that most website owners haven't quite discovered. So if you start using it, you'll set yourself apart from others in your field for sure. So we found a company after a website search called lucasgroup.com. I'll talk about them in a second, and I'm going to use them as an example to demonstrate a way that you could increase the leads from your existing website. So no new traffic, no website redesign, nothing spectacularly fancy, but this one practical piece of advice will make a difference in terms of the number of direct inquiries that you get off your website. So here's what we did. We just went and did a search, and you might not be able to read it, but at the very top in the Google search bar we were searching for executive sales recruiter. And just to make this easy, we picked the top organic search for executive job search, and a company called Lucas Group came up. So we went to their website. Nice, traditional, standard looking website, and like a lot of people, we started reading and looking to see if we could find what we were looking for. And interestingly enough, we had to do a lot of reading before we could discover how to connect with the company. So there's one place that was pretty much on every page, but it was hidden, and that's this Contact Us button that I just highlighted with the arrow. The Contact Us button is on a few pages. It's in the bottom left. It's under the fold, so it's basically difficult to see. And it doesn't give me a reason why. It just says Contact Us. The assumption being is, well, if I want to contact them, I'll know how to do it. I'll find that button. Challenge is, in the real world, that just doesn't work. People need to be given a good reason to contact you. And most people will do what we were about to do, which is to leave this site and go and look at some of the other companies in the search and see if somebody else was more suitable, or and make sure that we were exploring all of our options. What ends up happening is if I look through 3 or 4 websites like that, one of them is going to get my attention and one of them is going to do something that's probably going to get me to make an inquiry. And that's what we'll teach you here. The other place, and I had to look for this, if there's a drop-down menu. If I was an employer, I'd look at the employer's navigation bar, and I was looking for sales executive, so I'd drop down there. And at the very bottom of the navigation and I've circled it, and what it says there where I've circled is request services. So to them, the feature request services is how leads are to be generated off the website. But really, that's not enough. Between the Contact Us form and the request services form, that's not enough to get people there. What you need is an offer of some sort, some kind of white paper, a free report, a free evaluation, a job description review, something where you offer up something valuable to your target audience in exchange for them leaving behind an email address. Once you have that email address, you basically have a prospect, somebody who has searched for what you provide, they found your website, and now you know who they are. Once you know who they are, you can basically start to build the relationship and turn them from a cold lead into a hot lead, into a prospect, into a customer. And you can do that by earning your right. What happens is most websites don't think of it this way. They think, well, if people want to contact us, they will find the Contact Us form. Well, that's true for 1 in 100 people. That's not true for the next 10 people that would leave their email address in exchange for a good piece of information, something that helps them, something that solves one of their problems, helps them address a challenge, something that basically is good for them. Those people would be happy to try and get this information from you, and in exchange they'll leave behind an email address. And in so doing, you've now got a lead that you can cultivate and nurture and turn into a prospect. What you want to do now is basically advertise this offer all over your website. You want to basically look at your website as a place where you can advertise your offer. So you put up banners, you put up text links, you put up flashing buttons, you put up pop-ups. You basically put that offer up all over the website. And what's going to happen now is, instead of getting 1 person per 100 that leaves an inquiry in the Contact Us form, you might get 10 out of 100 that would leave an email address behind. And after a year, that is going to make a substantial difference in terms of your ability to create opportunities when you want. Just the other day, I got a inquiry from a customer that had been on my list, or an inquiry from a prospect that had been on my list for 3 years now. And it was only this last mailing that got his attention, and he finally said, I need to know what you do in more detail. You might be able to help me. And what was interesting about that is for 3 years he was just sat on the list. So this is exactly the way that really good digital marketers help to build bigger pipelines and more leads from those pipelines. And while you're at it, you might as well get to your Facebook fan page. They've got a great Facebook fan page, got 8,000 likes, got a bunch of comments on it, content. But if I look at it just on the top part of it, nowhere on there is there a place for me to sign up and leave my email address behind in exchange for a report or a white paper, an evaluation or a review of some sort. And so you'd be surprised that when you start putting that request on your own fan page to invite people to sign up for a free report, you'd be surprised how many people actually do that, how many people are interested at the moment that they're on your page and they see that. And once they've done that, now Facebook has helped to generate a lead or a prospect for you. So if you're going to create a great offer, make sure you put it out in as many places as possible. So in a summary, take a hard look at your Contact Us process and how it's set up on your page or on your website, and then create a solid reason for people to fill in your form, some kind of report, review, white paper, PDF file, and place it everywhere on your site. So basically advertise your own offer on your own site. And as a bonus tip, make sure it's on your Facebook page, in your Facebook news feed, in your Facebook About Us, in your long description. Make sure you've got a custom tab in Facebook. There's lots of ways that you can make sure that that offer is visible in your Facebook fan page as well. So if you would like to learn more about how Zen Marketing can help you, just go to zenmarketing.com/help. That's what we do all day long is help customers or help companies with their email marketing. If you'd like to learn how to do it yourself, go to nospamemailmarketing.com. We built a great training program that you can learn how to do these things on your own. Thanks. Have a good day, and we will talk to you next time.